I think he's coming. Let me text him.
Okay. Previously, we had discussed about the CloudFront. Okay.
Yes.
For creating the CloudFront, either you can need to create a EC2 instance with the web server or any website. I need a website. Okay. I need a website. For that one, for creating CloudFront, I just create a small website by using S3. Okay. By using S3. You have to create a static website. Just create a website. Create a bucket. Just giving the name as any name you can give. Okay. This is the bucket name I'm just giving here.
Mhm.
Cloudfrontweb.com. Okay. Okay. Then I just select ACLs are enabled. Remove the black public access. Click on create bucket.
Mhm. Could you wait 2 minutes? Kamlo just message saying
Okay.
he's joining in 2 minutes, I think. But, happened.
Yes.
And I'm seeing what happened to this guy. He just said coming.
Okay. I just created a bucket here. Okay.
Hmm.
Then I'll make it as a static website. Make it
Okay.
as a static website. To make it as a static website, go to the option. Which option? Properties. Then click on the static website. Edit here.
Hmm.
Click on enable. Now here to give the name index.html. Give the name index.html. And the name is error.html. Save changes. And after that, we need to upload the objects. We need to
Mm-hmm.
upload the
Upload
objects.
the objects.
Click on add files. Close the index file. Give the permission. I'm just uploading the JavaScript and the CSS file.
Mm-hmm.
No need if you don't have net. Okay, just CSS file. Then how will you check the output here? Go to the properties. Whenever you enable the static website option, it will create a endpoint. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You practice this one previous class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I can check the output here. So what is this? This output. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just told you that there is one website is there. Where is that? GeoPeak. GeoPeak.
Okay.
Just copy this link here. Go to the GeoPeak.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check what is the latency. Let me check the latency. I just pasted the link here. Okay. Then let me check the latency. I just hosted on the North Virginia data center. Which data center I hosted?
North Virginia.
So what is the latency here? What is the
Latency.
latency here?
Three
3
three
milliseconds.
milliseconds, right?
Again, remaining other data center, considerable latency is there.
Yeah. 212.
Yeah, okay. It's 1158, 67, 197. Now do the CloudFront. Now do the which one? CloudFront. Okay.
CloudFront. Yeah.
Once we had associate with the CloudFront, then what happens? The latency will
Uh.
reduce.
Yeah.
Latency will reduce. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're doing the practical of CloudWatch and CloudFront and CloudTrail, right?
Exactly, exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. control. So create a distribution, select a free here. There are multiple options are there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the pro, business. Okay, if you have a pro here for hobbyist, learner, and developers, how many requests are?
Mm-hmm.
1 million requests, 1 GB per month. Okay,
Yeah.
selected this one. Give the distribution name as a single website. If you have a Route 53, you can add the Route 53 also. I don't have any Route 53. I will explain you Route
Mm-hmm.
53 in the next class. Okay.
Okay.
Here, where is your origin? Whether origin means your website. Okay. Where is
Mm-hmm.
your origin right now?
North Virginia, right?
No, no. It is created in S3 here. What is the
Oh,
origin here?
S3, sorry.
Here the elastic load balancer or any other thing is there. API gateway is there. You created API gateway. If you create an elastic load balancer, it will generate a DNS that can also be added to the CloudFront. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just taking the S3. What is the name here? Just go to the name, go to the browse. What is the name here? CloudFront Web Developer.
Uh, that's right there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to customize the origin setting. Like here, you want to add the attempts and connection time dot response time. You can add here. Okay, you can add it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it at user recommended setting. And cache means like whether you want to view the protocol policy, redirect HTTP, HTTPS, or which method get method, head method, or get add option method, or get head option put post method, patch delete method. Which method you need to select? I just selected get method, head method.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the caching optimize? Here, policy with the caching optimize sells the here. See this? No, no, I just selected everything as recommended. I don't need to do this one. Select next here. If you need any security, you want to protect your website from DDoS attack, distributed denial of service attack. If you want to enable the web application firewall, then you can select this one. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know DDoS, distributed denial of
Yeah,
service attack?
distributed denial of service, I think.
You want to protect from distributed denial of service attack. How it is the distributed denial of service attack? Nothing but a huge number of fake users or fake IP address will hit the web application. Okay, then this web application will become maybe not working or maybe slow down, or sometimes it maybe due to heavy traffic it maybe won't work. Distributed denial of service attack. To protect from distributed denial
Mm-hmm.
service attack, we need to enable this one. Which one? Monitor mode. I don't want this one because of we are not a real-time website. Just create a
Mm-hmm.
distribution. So after when you click on the create distribution, it takes at least 20 minutes to create a distribution. Okay, because of
Mm-hmm.
how many regions are there? 38 regions are there. This if I am in
Mm-hmm.
the North Virginia region, it will cache the data to all regions. Cache the data to the
All reasons.
So after caching the data to the all regions, then if you check the output of the website, then you will get a less latency. Less latency. That's it. Okay. So we need to wait for some time to create the distribution is there. It is creating the distribution. After creating the distribution, it will create a link. Here you can check the link, not generated yet. This is the distribution name. Then, if
Mm-hmm.
you check the output of this DNS link or distribution domain name CloudFront link, then it will we will observe that the latency will be decreased considerably. Before that, the latency is very high here. Okay, it will reduce the latency. Okay, it will reduce the latency. Here, the website is located in the North Virginia. When you user want to access the Singapore, it taking 212 millisecond. From Brazil, it taking a triple one millisecond. If California, it taking a 58 millisecond. Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
this California is having less time because of the very near to North Virginia. If you take
Yeah.
this Australia and Singapore, they are far away from the North Virginia. It is having a more latency, having a more latency to access the website.
Hmm.
Okay. Once we had configured and created the CloudFront, when you check the CloudFront link output, then the latency will be decreased. Latency will be decreased.
Hmm.
Now I can check here the distribution. Just paste the link here. Wait.
Um, no, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, I didn't know if you were talking.
What happening here? Check here.
Everything is 1 minute. Okay.
Previously, now what happened here?
Or 1 millisecond, right?
Yes. So what does CloudFront do?
It makes all of it available for
Reduce the
all region.
latency. Reduce the
Yeah, latency for all regions.
yes. If the customer is there from far away from the customer is far away from the region or data center, then what happens here? Uh, the latency will be high. To reduce the latency, we'll use the CloudFront distribution. CloudFront distribution. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes.
So in real time, they use to create a website or web application. Then they will attach this web application website with the CloudFront. Then this CloudFront will reduce the latency. Okay. Like that, Netflix also do. Netflix and every website will do the will have a CloudFront or CDN. Then this CDN will reduce the latency for all users across the globe. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing is there with the cloud formation. What is that? Next thing is that cloud formation.
Okay.
Cloud
Cloud
formation.
formation.
Yes, cloud formation,
It's a new thing, right?
not a new thing. Here, what is my cloud formation? It is also known as infrastructure as code. It is known as what?
Infrastructure is code.
Generally, if you want to create any resource in AWS, we create a resource manually. Okay, like I just want to create EC2 instance. Go to the compute, under the compute, select EC2. Go to the EC2 and select the giving the name and selecting the appropriate options like instance type, AMI, adding the security group, and adding all the things manually. Instead of creating resources manually, we're going to create a resource by using code. Okay, we'll write the code.
Mhm.
This when you execute the code will create a appropriate resource. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. This cloud formation is nothing but a to create resources by using a code. Mean that I want to create a like 100 load balancer. To create 100 load balancer, for creating load balancer at least 20 to 30 minutes will take because we need to select all manual option. Instead of that,
Hmm.
if you write on a code, the code, okay, if you write on a code, when you execute the code, within the second, the resource will be created. Again, this code can be used for the reusability, means that multiple times by using this code, we can create a load balancer. Okay,
Hmm.
understand?
Yes.
Okay. So what is my cloud formation? Cloud formation is infrastructure as code that lets you model, provision, and manage AWS and third-party resources automatically using the they having a declarative templates in the JSON or YAML. We need to create a code, write down a code in a JSON or YAML. Okay, JSON or YAML. By
Yeah.
using this JSON or YAML, when I execute this one, it will create a any resource like EC2, RDS, VPC, anything. Okay, the text file, nothing but a code file, which is written in the JSON or YAML. JSON
Hmm.
or a YAML. Okay.
Hmm.
Then after writing, we don't need to write down any code. The code is there by the AWS already given there. You don't need to just copy and paste. Okay. So just take the code with this written in the JSON and YAML. Then create a resource. How to create a resource? First, we need to create a stack. In the stack, we need to attach the this JSON code. Then this cloud formation will create a resource. Create a resource. The most popular, there are other tools or infrastructure code tool are like Terraform, like somewhat what Ansible. Okay, these are also infrastructure as code tool. Infrastructure as a code tool. Other tool is
Hmm.
Azure templates and Azure biceps. There are Azure
Hmm.
templates and Azure biceps to create Azure resources inside the Azure portal. Whereas AWS Cloud Formation can create only AWS resources by using a code. Whereas Terraform can create any resource. It is an open source tool. We will going to learn Terraform in the DevOps. By using the Terraform, we just write down the code. By using the code, we can create any resource like either AWS, either Google Cloud or Azure Cloud. Understood? To create
Yes.
resource by using a code for Azure, we use Azure templates or Azure biceps. Whereas here we use AWS Cloud Formation. Okay? AWS Cloud Formation. For AWS Cloud Formation. AWS Cloud Formation is the infrastructure as code tool. By using the AWS Cloud Formation, we create a resource by using the code. The code need to be written in the JSON or YAML. JSON or YAML. Here,
Hmm.
I just type here AWS Cloud Formation templates. AWS Cloud Formation templates. You have huge documentation is there. Just go to the documentation and we can check the documentation where I have a template something. By using the templates, we can create a see here there are user guides are there, multiple things are there to create a cloud formation. So what is the cloud formation?
So
Here,
infrastructure
cloud
as a
formation
service.
is a service that helps to model, set up AWS resources that can spend less time managing the resources, more time focus on the application AWS. It have a template is there. By using this template, we can create a any resource We need
Mhm.
resource. We
Resource.
need resource. This is the documentation. Here, this is the documentation to create a S3 bucket. You can check here.
Mhm.
So either it is in the JSON or YAML. JSON or YAML.
Mhm.
JSON or YAML. There are multiple things are there. You can check here to create any resources in the left side. What is the resource and this is a code. This side is the code. Okay.
Yes.
Here there are multiple things. You can just check here. You can check here the left side. Hmm?
Yeah.
Suppose I want to create Amazon EC2. There is a template is there. There is a template is there. By using this template, okay, that is template. This is service and this is a template. This is service and this is a template. If you
Okay.
check here this cloud formation, okay.
Mhm.
So by using this template, we can create a resource. We can create a resource. The resource can be written in the JSON or YAML. JSON or YAML. In generally, to create any resource, either AWS or Azure or any resource, to go for the Terraform. Terraform is also known as which one? Infrastructure as code tool.
Mhm.
CloudFormation is also known as the what? CloudFormation tool.
Infrastructure.
Okay. Yes, exactly. Infrastructure as code tool. So we're going to learn Terraform. Why are you going to learn Terraform? Because of AWS CloudFormation create only AWS resources. It can't create
Okay.
another resources. Got it?
Mhm. So Terraform will create for Azure and
Anything,
Google
anything,
Cloud Service.
anything, anything.
Mm, okay.
Whereas CloudFormation will create, CloudFormation will create which one? Only,
Only AWS.
AWS. Yeah.
only AWS. This CloudFormation is known as the infrastructure as code tool. What is that? Infrastructure as code tool. Okay, infrastructure as code tool. By using this infrastructure as code tool, we can create a resources. Why we need to go for the CloudFormation? In generally, why we need to go for the CloudFormation? Because of if you write a code, the code which is, can be reusable. Okay. Suppose if you don't have a code, I want to create a load balancer manually. I want to create a 3 load balancer or 100 load balancer. Then take lot of time to create a load balancer and also sometimes you will get forgot any option it won't work. It won't work. But if you write down a code or a template which is given by the AWS also, just make changes the name only. Then by using this code, okay, so we can create any resource within the less time, like within a second. Okay, understand?
Mhm. Mhm. Yes.
Now I want to create a S3 bucket. I want to create a S3 bucket. We need a template. We need a template. We need a what? Template. Here, check here. How will you write down this one? If you check here, every time it is already. it is already given by this. How will write down this? You don't need to write down here. There is, you can download only from the AWS documentation. Every time it start for the AWS template format version. And description is nothing but to create S3 bucket. And bucket name is, what is that? This one. What is the bucket name?
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Yeah.
And resource, this is AML. This is the AML format, and these are two types of formats are there. One is the AML format, and second one is the JSON format. Okay, there are two types of format. Okay, one is the JSON, second one is the AML. One is the JSON, second one is the AML. Either I can write down the code in the JSON or AML or YAML. Okay, when you writing the code, both are same, but when you writing the code in JSON, the JSON will be in the curly brackets. How will you write
Mm-hmm.
down this JSON code? Will in the curly bracket. I can just show you this. Okay, see here, this is the JSON format. Okay, the left side having JSON format. What is that? We have a curly braces are there. Whereas in AML format, you don't have any curly braces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and another thing is there, you can observe this in the JSON format. Here indentation is the main important. Okay, this implies, under the implies indentation is spacing. Okay, in AML's format use the spacing. So you have discussed in the AML and the DevOps. Okay, okay, this either you can type write down in YAML, either you can write down in the JSON. So both inputs should be taken by the AWS, either JSON or YAML. Another
Mm-hmm.
thing is there, whenever you create any resource, suppose how the system will understand, suppose I created EC2 instance, suppose I created EC2 instance manually, then this EC2 instance is converted to the JSON. Okay, whenever I create a EC2, it will be created internally. How internally EC2 will be created? Then this EC2 instance, the whatever the things you are selected, then it will create into JSON, and the JSON input is given to the system, AWS system. Then this AWS system will read the JSON format, and it will create EC2 instance. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
How it is created?
Yeah.
Suppose I want to create any resource in AWS, I just in manual method also, in even manual method, when you create resources all options, then it will generate, how the system will understand, it will convert into JSON internally, and the JSON
Mm-hmm.
will read by the server, that is nothing but AWS system, and by reading the JSON it will create a resource EC2 or EC3, S3 or any resource. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So every time, any resource we want to create, the resource will be converted to which one? JSON.
Yeah.
JSON.
Question, yeah,
And
right.
the JSON
So,
input will read by the AWS system. Okay.
mm-hmm.
And this AWS system will read the JSON, and according to the JSON, it will create a resource. It will create a resource. Understand?
Yeah.
Now in the cloud formation, these are the templates are there. You can just give, I just send this link to you. Okay. These are the templates, whereby using this template um, we can create a what a resource. We can create a
Mm-hmm.
resource. Here the stack, here crack stack is nothing but a, here stack is nothing but a, where we can run the cloud formation code. Here this is a stack. Okay, this is a stack. Here there are multiple things are there. One is the choose existing template and build from the infrastructure as composer. Whereas infrastructure composer is nothing but we are manually going to select, like it. Here you can check here. Infrastructure composer is like a just drawing a picture. How will you draw the picture? Same thing here. Just add the resources, and by adding the resources, we can create a. If I want to create S3, we just drag and drop. Okay, you can create either
Mm-hmm.
canvas in there. We'll draw here. We'll draw here. Here,
And then,
instead of that, we're going to create a what code. We create a code. So if there are, it is asking you to whether the code is there in the existing template or built from infrastructure composer. I selected options, choose an existing template. Where is your code? Whether code is there in our Amazon S3, whether code is there in your local laptop, whether code is there in JIT.
mm-hmm.
Okay, whether
It's in the
the
bit,
code
yeah.
is
JIT.
there in the S3 URL
Okay.
S3. If it's
Yeah.
there in S3, then just give the URL of the S3. Okay.
Okay.
Whether the code is
Yeah.
there in temp, either in local laptop or whether the code is there is JIT. Okay. Here I just selected a template file. Okay. Upload a template file. Then click on the choose file here. Go to the here. Give the YAML file. Give the YAML file.
YAML file.
Or JSON also. Or JSON also. Just give the YAML here. Okay. Either you can give YAML or YML, no problem. If you give YML also it works. If you give YML also works, YAML also work. Okay, no problem. Okay, both inputs are accepted. YML also accepted. YAML
Mm-hmm.
also accepted. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Then click on next here. What is the stack name? I'm just giving the stack name. You can give any name and just creating a. Just give the name as the create. Click on next here. Then click on next. Click on submit. Now let's try to create a S3 bucket. Create a S3 bucket. So what is the bucket name here?
Yeah. Java Data Pro 1 to 3.
Okay. Now create in progress. Like that, we just need to add the code. The code is there in the documentation and just make changes to the code. Then when you upload this code, then we run this code, the resource will be created. Like multiple times you can create, like say the same code, you just change the names or IP address range. If you want to create a VPC, just change the IP address range. So change the name of the VPC. By using there is a reusability there in code. Okay. By using this reusable code, we can create resource multiple times. It will save your time. It will save your time. Okay, it is
Mm-hmm.
having errors there. Some got error here. Something code error is there. Let me check. Let's create here S3 sample simple S3 bucket. I just given the simple S3 bucket creation. This is the simplest way to create a bucket. Okay, create a bucket. Now you can see here. This is the CloudFormation. Create a simple S3 bucket using CloudFormation. Resource is here. Resource is what? Resource is AWS 3 bucket. I want to
Mm-hmm.
create a bucket with the bucket name. You can check here the bucket name. Here's the bucket name. Okay, I think some code error is there previously. Just add the code again. Same thing now, create complete. I just go to the S3 bucket here. Let me check what happens here. Now you can give here. Now you can check here. The name is, what is the bucket name?
My Brill bucket.
Okay. Now you can check the create here, the which one? The bucket name. The bucket name.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
You want to destroy, you can destroy also, no problem. We're going to create this time VPC. This time we'll create a VPC. Okay.
VPC.
Again we're going to create a stack. Going to create a stack. Go to the stack here. Just delete this one. Then go to the CloudFormation. Create a stack. Then upload template file. Go to the VPC. I have some VPC YAML is there. Just open this VPC YAML.
Sir, it's on the left side, first column,
Yes.
second last.
Second last on the first row. First column, I
First
mean.
row, first
So
column, yeah. Yeah.
now you can check here. It is to create a VPC. Okay. Always when you create a template, it will start with the AWS template version. This one. Okay. Then the description is to create a VPC. What is the CDN block here?
20.000/16.
Okay, I'll just make it as a,
Mm.
okay. The name is Java
Java
VPC.
VPC.
Okay. Then how will you create again? Go to the vpc.ml. Just choose the file. Choose the file. Which one? VPC. You click on next here. Give the stack name. You can give any name. VPC create.
I think no space.
Yes. Now click on next. Click on the. So okay. So there are the templates are there. You can check the template here. Create VPC. Okay. Understand?
Mhm.
This is the template to create a what?
VPC.
It is a JSON format.
Mhm.
This is the
Yeah.
YAML format. YAML format. Here he had given the examples also. How you give the CADR, everything. Okay. Like that you can create any resource. Okay. You could check here. This is an example. Okay. This is to create which one? VPC.
VPC.
Okay. You don't need to write down any code. Okay. The codes are already templates are there in the AWS inside. Inside the AWS CloudFormation, there is a code is there. You just copy this code, make changes, name and IP address like, then you create a resource. Create a resource. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now I just go to the VPC here. Go to the VPC. So what is the name of the VPC here? Check here. With the name,
Java VPC.
it is created. So now
Mm,
it is
mm,
created or not. We check that it is created. Okay.
yes.
So what does me cloud formation tool?
It's infrastructure as code, right?
So yes,
Using
by using this,
JSON or YAML file to create um,
yes,
these instances or
anything,
um,
any resource, not only any
any
resource you
resource.
can
Yeah,
create.
sorry.
Okay. So what is the main advantage of over the manual method or the this infrastructure as code? The
You
advantage.
can you can spin up multiple resources
Yes,
at a time. Right?
exactly, exactly. Okay, suppose I want to create a 10 load balancer. To create a
Mm-hmm.
load balancer, it takes 10 to 20 to 30 minutes. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
that, I just write down the code. The template is there. We just execute that code. Then it will create a load balancer. Again, just change the names and region. Again, I create a load balancer multiple times within the within the very small amount of time. Okay, understand?
Yeah.
So, okay, there is alternative tool for this Terraform. What is that? Terraform.
Terraform.
So, whereas CloudFormation can create AWS resource inside the AWS resource only. Whereas they want to create Azure resources, we use Azure templates or
Templates.
Azure biceps. Okay. Whereas Azure template and Azure biceps will create only Azure resources. AWS
Yeah.
CloudFormation will create only AWS resources.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Terraform can create any resource. It
Any.
may be AWS. Yes.
It can create any. I'm just answering.
Yes, you can create any, no problem. It can support up to more than 300 clouds. Which one?
Mm-hmm.
Terraform.
Yeah.
That's why everybody learn the Terraform in the DevOps.
Terraform.
The DevOps.
So in real world, when we're working, we will be just using Terraform as the infrastructure to code as infrastructure.
Not
Infrastructure
necessary.
as a code.
No, not necessary. It may be Terraform, it may be CloudFormation also.
Mm, okay.
Suppose you are specific to strict your company is there only AWS cloud, then why you go for the Terraform? Okay, of course they are. If they want to go for Terraform, they can go for Terraform also, no problem. That is not mandatory. Generally, if the completely AWS is there, they prefer AWS cloud formation compared to Terraform. Depends upon the company. Okay, generally most
Mm-hmm.
of the people use Terraform. Most of the people Terraform.
Use Terraform, yeah.
Because of you are running in the multi-cloud environment only, it is not possible to use the cloud formation. So for your company is having a multiple cloud formats, like they're using multiple services from multiple cloud, that is not possible with the cloud formation. If your company is there only AWS resources, then
Mm.
best to stick with which one? Cloud formation.
CloudFormation.
So if suppose
Yeah.
your company is there multiple cloud environment, then what happens? It is not prefer
Then yeah,
Terraform. Okay.
Terraform is better. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, next thing we're going to move on to the database. Okay, next thing we're going to move on to the which one?
Database.
So here next thing is they're going to learn about the Amazon RDS. Amazon RDS.
RDS.
So what is my Amazon RDS? Amazon RDS stand for Amazon Relation Database Service, which is the database service provided by the AWS. The
Mm-hmm.
database service is provided by the AWS.
AWS.
This is a platform as service. Okay, whereas if you take EC2 instance, load balancer, auto scaling, all these are the infrastructure service where we can manage the resource ourselves. We're going to manage the resource ourselves. Okay, okay. AWS won't manage. Okay, here this RDS, this data. Generally, I want to run the database. First, we need to create a EC2 instance. Then after that EC2 instance, go inside the EC2 instance, just log into the EC2 instance. Then we need to install the database service like any MySQL, Oracle, or SQL Server Express, any database. We need to install, we need to manage, we need to backup, we need to patch up, we need to take everything, take care with ourselves in infrastructure service. Okay?
Hmm.
What does mean infrastructure service? Who will manage? The customer will manage.
Customer.
So EC2 will be created by whom? Customer.
Customer.
MySQL I want to run a database like SQL Server Express or Oracle Server, Oracle. Then how who will install the software?
Customer.
Customer. Who will take the backup? Customer.
Customer.
Okay. And who will take do the auto scaling means if the database is filling fast, like having a I want to increase the disk space, then who will do that? The customer will do.
The customer will do.
Instead of that, I want to create a database, okay, that is a completely which is managed by the AWS. It is completely
Mhm.
managed by the AWS. You don't need to create any resource like EC2 instance. You don't need to install any database software. You don't need to do the auto scaling. You don't need to do like multiple things. You don't need to manage backups. You don't need to do updating or patching. Everything is taken care by the AWS. Okay, this
Mhm.
AWS RDS is known as the AWS managed database services, which is managed by the AWS. You don't need to manage anything. It will be managed by everything by the AWS. Okay, understand?
Mhm. Yes.
Understand? So
Yeah.
what happens if you want to manage that? It is very difficult to manage yourself. Okay, you want to do auto scaling, you want to do data backups. I want to take the database backup. Everything you need to manage yourself. Instead of managing yourself, we're going to create a platform as service. We're going to go for the AWS RDS. AWS
Hmm.
RDS is a platform as service. What is a platform as service? All resources are managed by the AWS itself. Whereas in infrastructure service, the
You
resources
have
are
to
managed by the customer.
customer.
Mean that I need to create this instance, I need to install the software, I need to update, I need to do the backup. Everything is taken care by the customer. Instead of that, AWS will take care. Everything will take care by the AWS. Okay, that is known as the
Hmm.
RDS service. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In next class, I'll explain you what is my how you manually create a database. Generally, how you manually create a database using a in local computer like in EC2. Okay. Then we're going to create RDS. Then we'll go for the DynamoDB. That is the NoSQL.
Okay.
That's it. And that is the RDS service I just complete in the next class. And we have Route 53 is there, and Elastic
Hmm.
Beanstalk, and another thing is the Lambda. Is the Lambda. Okay.
Lambda.
I think 2 3 classes it is enough to next 2 3 classes I'll just wind up the AWS. Then we're going to create a we're going to for the Azure for the Azure.
Azure. Okay.
Then make sure that both of you create a free account for the Azure.
Okay.
Okay, we'll meet on
Yeah.
Monday. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
I'll send you this code. Okay, this codes I'll send to you. No problem. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. But these codes are available through AWS's
Yes, no
documents.
problem. You can make it to a no code. No problem. If you need, then
Okay.
I'll send you. Okay.
Yeah, you can send, sir, because just
No
to
problem. I'll
understand.
send to you. No problem. I'll
Okay.
send you. Okay.
Thank you.